Recording.
We'll start recording on this guy. But the limiting factor is battery that's built in. So I got a workaround.
Oh, you just wire that up to your helmet?
Yep.
You got a car.
Yeah, once I just add the battery pack and plug it in. And with this, it'll last me hours. Looks kind of dorky, but that's okay. All right, yeah, we're recording. We'll go into infinity here. Whoa. Man, I didn't even do where my camera's at. Anyway, cool. Oh.
Ready?
Yep.
If you get that meter set just right.
Are you hitting it? Are you trying to see behind you, you mean?
Yeah, I usually have one that's standing and one that's sitting.
Good thinking. Well, shifting while standing up is definitely something I don't have much experience in. So
Yeah,
this
you
is.
get used to it after a while. It's funny, it drove me nuts. I'm still not completely comfortable at it, but I really struggled with it. It's funny when you get new boots. Like these boots, when I first got them, I couldn't do anything with them, and now I don't even think about it.
Yeah, these boots have pretty fat toes. So it took me a while to get used to them. I adjusted my shift lever so that it was, a little higher, but then my street boots have a smaller toe, and so I almost have to switch back and forth, but I just leave it in the upper position for these thicker boots and deal with it when I'm street riding.
What do you use those boots for? Why'd you get 2 sets of boots?
Well, these are quote unquote adventure boots, and so I figured, hey man, it's an excuse to buy more gear. In essence, really, they're just more coverage and warmer. The boots that I have, the other boots that I have, are almost more like shoes. They're they're just street boots.
Huh. Sure.
Great galloping Garmin, where are we going?
Bald Mountain. Oh, this is Bald Mountain Road. On this road before, I never knew how I got on it. I think we're gonna get lost today.
Okay.
We'll go down there. That's a sinky track.
Yeah, that's maybe a little bit beyond my.
Yours and my boat. I have the bike for it, right? You at least have an excuse, but there's no way I can go down that.
So green, everything's so amazingly green.
Nice that the mist has gone away.
What's that? That looks like a pretty decent.
Yeah, you want to circle around through that?
Sure. Pull off here on the right, yeah. I don't know, maybe. We've got options, huh?
Yeah. Which way you go? You want to go right or go back over there left?
Let's go back.
We got a car ahead of us here, so I think we go back where those.
I'm for that, yeah. We'll see what these guys found. Your blinker's on, my man.
Yeah. I turned it off.
Oh. Why? Need to be careful. I don't have hand guards.
Oh, yeah.
Catch one of these big ass blackberry bushes with thorns the size of needles. I'll be kind of sad about that.
I'll let you know if I hit anything. I haven't hit
Okay.
anything yet. Did you brush up against something?
There was something back there sticking out, but my windscreen actually knocked it out of the way. So. Baby, it's pretty good down there, man. Just make this road on the side of a mountain.
Hey.
I don't know. Did you bring some breadcrumbs so we could find our way back?
Actually, we're on a road that wasn't even marked, which is interesting. So if we go back that way, we'll hook back into Bald Mountain Road.
Well, I'm for staying on roads that Garmin knows about. That's, if you know.
I can see this road. I can't see what we came out on, which is surprising. It's the first time that's happened. Looks like these are dead end. So I say we go back.
Okay. Are you turning around down there, or what?
This will take us back to the.
Oh,
back
gotcha.
To the asphalt road we were on.
I gotcha. Okay.
That's the road. Okay. That's the road I thought I was on. So that doesn't look. That looks like it just ends down there at some point, which. I don't know. I'm curious. Let's go that way. It doesn't.
Okay.
It looks like it's a good road.
No dust. That's like the biggest advantage right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually a perfect day.
Yeah, exactly. Nice and cool. It's not raining. Yeah, good call. Ooh, my butt got slidey there.
I was actually surprised. These are, I mean, they're knobby, but they're not real knobby. And for this type of stuff, I had some like pretty close to full knobbies for the VDR. Overall, I'd rather be on these. I mean, for this type of gravel, these are better. When I started getting muddy or dusty, sandy, the other ones are better. But for the majority of the VDR, I think I would have been more comfortable on these, which was quite a shock.
Well, there's a campsite. Some wood. I actually think I've been here before. This is looking really familiar. I think I've meandered down this thing. It's kind of a nice spot. Oh. I just got another text message.
So much for being connected.
Yeah, huh? Well, this is where we came down. We came from this way to the right. If we want to go back the way we came, that's where we came from.
Have we been up there yet?
That's where we came from. We came down here and then we went that way.
Oh, okay.
So this is the way we came. So if we want to go back up to that bald whatever road, that's how we get here. This right turn right here.
Right. I can see our trail. Right. So we keep on going straight to Bald Mountain.
It's cool. I think I'm shaking something loose. I got a buzzing now.
You want to pull over?
No, it's not. It's not that kind of buzzing. It's
So
probably
you tightened up?
it's probably a plastic something. I'm not worried about it. It's coming from like up in the instrument area. Over the years, I've had to put little felt pads and cork pads and stuff in there to get rid of some buzzing, and so it's probably just the return of one of those wonderful elements.
All right. I think this is left. Here it goes. What was that? Was that a little icy, or how are your tires doing that?
They were okay. I imagine. Yeah, great day for a ride.
That feels like the conditions are getting better. That's a good slow road.
Yeah. That was nice of somebody to spray paint that.
I don't think it was for us. I think it was for Barnes. I didn't feel that. Like trailers.
Yeah, trailers carrying motorcycles, ATVs. The Dova campground. A little bit of what?
They're slipped in both of those corners.
Oh yeah, it's a little slickery right here. It's a lot of green on the road. Some moss growing.
I can't see that. Colorblind.
Oh yeah, yeah.
During the summer, when it's the river's flowing more, you'll see people pulled over and camped all over the couple spots where I think that there are good camp sites right next to the river.
Yeah, I imagine it's nice and cool and not too much traffic. Probably none at night. There were two features specifically that I was really looking at, I guess three technically, on that newer motorcycle. One was anti-lock brakes.
Yeah, I don't really like that.
Another one was traction control. And then the third was quick shifter, clutchless shifting.
Someone's DTM 390 before used it. It's kind of fun. It's weird. It's really weird to be able to shove it into gear and upshift, downshift. That 390, I gave you a 390.
Yeah.
That is a fun little bike. It's got quite a bit of pick up and go for the 390s. We've got almost, not quite double the horsepower as this. It's got about 40 horsepower. You snap every time I get on it. I put my wrist into it. It kind of scares me. It's just this smidgen. It surprises me, I guess it's a better way of describing it.
Yeah.
I was going to buy I am going to buy a bigger bike, an adventure bike, pure adventure bike, to be able to hit the highways better. I'm looking at a used Yamaha Super Tenere.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them looking at. I'm actually considering Boxer, a GS as well, for an older version. But one of the key things.
The 850s?
Yeah, like the 1150.
Or you're looking 11 or 12? Okay.
Yeah. The ABS is non-negotiable. It's got to have ABS on it. I went down on the KLR when it was wet. When I was braking. I don't think I would do it now. I have a much better understanding of braking in wet conditions on a downhill. But it surprised the crap out of me. I thought I was going very softly, very cautiously braking the whole back end let loose, and I slid like 20 or 30 feet down Hall Boulevard.
Oh.
Good hell. I mean, I'm happy. I'm glad I did. I got a little bit hurt. My bike landed on my foot. So it took a while to heal from that. But it was a good lesson. Worked on my braking a lot since then. But yeah, ABS, particularly the wet. I'm not as surprised now when I lock up the brake that first that goes out. I think in most conditions I would be able to pull out of it, but just always surprises me how quickly you're back in.
Yeah.
Lightens up, right? Yeah, how aggressive would you have to get off of back in?
Yeah, as soon as all that weight shifts onto that front tire, your rear tire is like, it doesn't take much.
I tried to get into one of the exercises that this dirt bike, but it's applicable as well for street. Being able to brake, when you're braking hard, get your weight back, shift your weight back over the dirt tire. Try to get into that habit, particularly when it's going downhill.
Yeah, going downhill specifically.
The other thing I'm trying to get better at as well is a lot of times when I'm downshift, particularly when it's wet, using traction on
Because you're not RPM matching quite right.
I haven't figured out how to do that to brake and push the throttle at the same time. I haven't mastered that. So I'm just trying to get better at not using the clutch to actually feather it out.
Is that something you do a lot off-road?
I need to. That was part of the problem I had with the Yamhill OR. Wasn't utilizing the clutch. I've come to find out afterwards that it's taking out. Yeah, you're supposed to. And particularly for this bike, because I don't have closer to a two-stroke in terms of the way it wants to brake. It doesn't have any torque at low RPM. Going up hills, you gotta get to a lower gear, but then you're just spinning the wheel. Right?
Yeah. I imagine that's probably a tricky balancing act among all the other things your mind is trying to keep track of. No elk bend for us today. We got a car behind us. Probably not going to run up my butt, but we'll see. Yeah, thank you. That'd be good. Let's see where this goes. not too bad. Feels a lot squirrelier sitting down though, that's for sure. %. Oh, baby. Ooh, let's not get a neutral. Going up, up, up. Oh. Oh, that's rocky, baby.
How was that? Was that okay, or was that a little dicey?
Yeah, I mean, it was okay. Got kind of rocky. Not a big deal.
There might be a top up there.
Yeah, let's go see.
Well, let's see where this goes. There might be a clearing. I was hoping there was a clearing.
I don't know. We keep going. Okay, well. Yeah, we here?
Yeah.
Works for me. Yeah. I'm gonna have to find some bark or something for this boy. Otherwise, he's gonna go down. Aw. No, that'd be perfect. Butte. Thank you, sir. Oh, very nice indeed.
Recording.
Oh, it's almost raining.
It is raining?
Feels like it. Yeah.
Oh, I think we're going this way.
Okay.
It always takes me a little bit to get my sea legs back.
Yeah. Well, I can tell my thighs are going to be a little sore tonight. I definitely don't ride a motorcycle standing up very often. Yeah.
This way.
Yeah, we came from the right there.
You from here?
Yeah.
Got better memory than I do. I can see it on the map that's where our path went. All right, let's keep on going the way we came, I guess.
Works for me. Alright, well, we got a pace car here.
Yeah, that last guy that we came head on to, I almost hit as I got by him. I, for some reason, started to turn into him. Bike has a real twitchy throttle when it's down here. It's like it cuts off the fuel. So when you come back on, it just hits. right, right?
Yep. I think. Let me double check. Let me have a peek at this sign here. No, I don't see the sign. So that's a great question.
Yeah, left is what we did.
We're taking a left here. Yeah, you sure?
I'm following the trail. You want to look at it?
No, I believe you if this is the way we came. Yeah, I think this is right. I say I think. Yeah, we'll see, huh?
Oh, park. Remember that?
Yeah. America.
No, I don't think
Got
we're
it.
supposed to be in fires.
The fire
Fire
thing
mark.
showed it was in the blue. The last one I saw at a T that's coming up here before too long, I think.
Take a left, I think, right? It's pretty.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I love all these big ass ferns. Yeah, we're definitely on the right path. That brown mark across the road right there, I recall seeing for sure. Not that I wasn't sure, but you know, when I see a familiar landmark, it helps. Ooh, that was a big one. So we had come from the left here.
Just trying to figure out what the road is.
Yeah.
This is Nestucca River. Okay. All right. Do you want to do any more? Do you want to head home, or do you want to do any more travel?
You know what? I'm conflicted because my body's probably going to be happy with.
Let's take it easy then. If you're feeling it in your legs and stuff.
Nah, not really. I think I might. I mean, I'm down for whatever. Really, still. I appreciate the consideration, but I'm down to explore more.
Let's see if we can find one more road.
All right.
It's so weird sitting down. I feel like I'm on a cruiser or something.
Yeah.
There's something to be said about being up tall and being able to see everything. My battery lasts this time.
Well, it was weird that we got a blue light and then a red light and then a blue light. Maybe it was right on the cusp of fully charged. Hopefully it's fully charged though. Yeah. Home sweet home.
Probably more moss here because all the moisture from the river and covered in the sun.
Yeah. Plus the elevation, I'm sure it is wet most of the year round here.
I wanted to go on that road to the left back there. Turn around there. Might be another. When I camped here, I took some of the roads up to the left that were kind of interesting.
Yeah, we could hit one of those.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna turn around here and go back to Van Creek Road.
Okay.
Kind of white spot the road.
Sure. Even this little stretch right here would be fine with me. I could whip it around in no time.
I'm too close to the corner, but maybe at this point
Yeah,
I can see.
yeah, good call.
Worried about one of those Mustangs.
Yeah, I don't blame better. I'm in no hurry. This will work well. Actually, give me just a chance to wipe off my visor and
That's a good
maybe
idea.
clean the front of my camera too. Oh, perfect.
The outside of my visor is fine, it's the inside.
I think it's just my outside, really. Might be the inside, but it's a little bit of both. Yeah, I was gonna see if I could rock the shades, but yeah, we'll give it a go. Alrighty. No deer? Oh, baby.
We got a truck ahead of us.
Okay.
Yep, or car.
Thank you. Somebody taking their four-wheel drive Subaru off for an adventure, huh?
Yep.
Oh, legs just getting tired.
The legs are getting tired?
Yeah, just a little bit from that. I need to lean a little bit more forward.
Yeah, I can't figure out how to get more forward. I mean, you're supposed to if I'm reading is you're supposed to be balanced on your pegs, right? Not hanging on the pumps, bed pumps. I can't seem to get forward far enough to not be having to grab onto the handlebars.
Yeah, that's where I'm at is like accelerating right now. I'm pulling up on the bars. I think maybe if I didn't have my bag, I could be like...
Yeah, the bag is part of it. I'm leaning into it. I probably need to get a smaller bag, but I don't know that that's all of it.
I know it's definitely more comfortable like right now if I can... I'm way leaned forward and I can almost take all my weight off my arms, you know, so I'm just, you know, my arms are kind of loose.
Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I can't get there right now.
Well, I'm there right this second, but it's because I'm just leaned so far forward. Tell you, these tires seem to be doing okay though. I've got decent traction. I don't think this bike is like, yay, I love this, but we'll see. I might be leaking oil out of my forks after the end of this.
I would be surprised.
Yeah,
it's... I know we're not hitting anything that hard. You've been able to avoid the big ones, haven't you?
What's that?
You've been able to avoid the big bumps?
Yeah, I haven't just fucking smacked the shit out of anything yet.
I've aimed for a couple of them, just trying to figure out how much it can absorb. Last time I went up that way. I've been here before. Oh yeah, I marked a oh no, it's a peak. Well, this will theoretically eventually get back. We'd have to go like 3 times as far as we have right now. Or we can go back, if your legs are getting tired, we can go back, turn around and come back to the road. Whatever you...
Well, I'm thinking this'll take us back home eventually, right?
Yeah, it looks like it, well, assuming that we can get through, it looks like it'll come back into Nestucca Road.
Well, let's give it a go. That guy seems to have no issues.
Didn't want to go into first gear. That was unexpected.
Yeah, a little whoop there. A little piece of wood.
Yeah. Have you had to replace the fork seals on your bike yet?
No, I haven't. But one of the things I was just noticing day before yesterday is it's not springing back quite as well as I think it should. So maybe I'm due for some maintenance. Like when I pull up at a stoplight and they compress, they're not springing back. I don't know if it should, but it almost feels like there's, a little bit of just resistance, like it's not smooth anymore. And I've never done forks.
I replaced the oil and forks once. I replaced swapped out the springs. It was pretty, it wasn't bad at all. I haven't done seals. I think that's a little bit more involved.
My only concern is that I'm going to end up with a spring coming out of where it shouldn't have come out.
Bring in your suspension.
Yeah, well, like if I was to do my forks,
Oh,
taking them apart, I'm sure there's 1,000 tutorials for this exact fork on YouTube. So I'd just be careful and make sure I had the right tools before I decided to do it. This is kind of fun.
hey,
Cool. Well, thanks again for the invitation, man. I needed this.
good, good. Yeah, it's a little bit more comforting just knowing someone else is out here with you. I mean, for me as well. I've never done this with someone else. Just knowing if something goes wrong, there's another bike. I've got a satellite transponder on me that's dropping breadcrumbs that Sarah watches.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. So if I needed a rescue, she could
Send a.
load the carrier onto the Xterra and come pick me up.
Well, found neutral.
Tilt this up so I can see while I'm riding. Better.
I'm a little surprised how well my rear brakes work before my tire starts sliding.
You don't have ABS either, do you?
I do not. Which would be really nice, you know, because then I could just...
Actually, ABS is not a great thing on gravel or dirt because they don't lock up enough to slow you down. A lot of times you can't pass. So a lot of times you do need to slide them, lock them up. Go to the right. Be in good shape. Famous last words.
Yeah, where's all this water coming from? Like, for the last couple hours I've been trying to remember this joke, but...
Battery level is low.
Oh, my battery level's low. The joke is basically, why don't you need to tell adventure riders to stand for the national anthem? Something like that.
Why?
It's because they're already always standing.
I was gonna say that, but I thought no.
I know. The actual joke's a little funnier the way I heard it, but I can't remember how I heard it. Do me a favor, let's pull over for a second here when you get a chance. I need to plug my battery in here. It's grumping at me that we're...
We're actually gonna take a left here.
There we go. Okay. Says your battery is low, and I said, oh, okay. Let me fix this. See if I can fix it without taking my helmet on, but trying to find that little tiny USB port sometimes can be a little tricky. Success. All right. give that lens a little wiper to wipe. Can you still hear me? Perfect, perfect. Let me also take this opportunity to smear up my glasses really good. Ugh.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, mo better.
Thought I had a hot mic.
That's okay. I only caught the excuse me, so.
Oh, you didn't catch the burp?
No, it must have been pretty like magnificent. The voice canceling's like, whoa, we can't even register that. It was just so magnificent.
Raining.
It did.
I'm surprised I'm not, that my suit is as rain resistant as it is.
All right, I'm in your pocket.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I just got a cramp in my hip.
Need to stop and have some water.
That was unexpected. With a shot snot here. Other one.
There you go.
Whole bunch of them in the car. Actually, the most people I've seen out here ever.
It's a nice day for being outside.
those things are a lot of fun.
Yeah, side by sides.
They're pissing a lot of motorcycles off because they're going places where it typically takes someone with some skills and experience to go.
Their jealousy.
Well, no, it's like, and they're overrunning the places, and you know, motorcycles are. Some of the articles I read are it's like, you know, we're 20 miles out through some pretty treacherous terrain, right? You used to have to earn your way to get here, which reduced the number of people that were out there chewing up. Now everyone's out there in their side-by-sides going at insane speeds, not paying attention to the rules of the world.
Gotcha. Just being a general nuisance assholes.
Yeah, I mean, they don't know any better, right? They
Yeah.
an extra $30,000. All they have to do is steer and press a brake. And
Right, and they got a 5-point safety harness, a roll bar, and all that everything. So they're just like carefree and. Well, it's kind of, you know, you're old enough to remember when snowboarding came on the scene and all the skiers were just like kind of the same way. Like these people are out here, they're just reckless. They're like, their main focus is them having fun. They're not aware of the culture and the courtesy and how you're supposed to behave on the slopes. And it's kind of, when you go into somebody else's culture as a newcomer and haven't, you know, had shit explained to you the whole time, the do's and don'ts, and how to, you know, live within harmony, people end up being buttholes.
I think with at least with snowboarders, I mean, it's not like you just slap a snowboard on and go attack the same things that the skiers do. It seems like it takes the same level of experience, right, or practice. But it was a completely cultural thing, right? Where you have just the younger generation people out there.
Yeah, it's probably not a great comparison. I guess it's
maybe the culture is that you have a bunch of people that have, most of the people that are out there on motorcycles don't have a lot of money, right? They're out there on old two-strokes and everything else. I would say general dirt bike riders typically don't have a lot of money. The adventure riders, maybe that's different, but you can go out and afford to spend $25,000 on a four-wheeled vehicle that's just for weekend fun. That's a different level of
money. That's the people who don't want to be on a boat, but they spend the same amount as like a ski boat or something like that.
I was looking at ski boats the other day, and I was seeing some of these wakeboard boats go for $400,000. I mean, I knew that they would approach $100,000. I had no idea that they'd go get up into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. I looked at these things, I couldn't understand what was so different about them than the, you know, $70,000, $80,000, $100,000 weight boats. It's like, holy fuck, how does you would have to be in the hundreds of millions of dollars or tens of millions of dollars to be able to buy one of those things. I think a lot of people that have them that you see on the river are just in debt.
Yep, that's most of the cars that drive around on our streets are not fully owned by the person driving them. That was, you know, one of the deciding factors when it came to paying for that motorcycle I was talking about. Is like, well, if I can't afford to just outright buy it, is it a wise decision to, you know, put myself in debt for this motorcycle? And because I don't ride mine like you ride yours, which is to say all year round, how am I gonna feel about paying those monthly payments in the middle of January when this thing's sitting in my garage? Am I gonna still think it was a wise financial decision? That wasn't the main decider, but it was certainly a contributing factor.
I would I don't know if you have money laying around to buy something, but if you do, look during I spend every day on Facebook.
Yeah.
Marketplace. And you can find some, if you're just patient, you can find some deals. And most of the stuff is way overpriced, but you'll come across these listings once in a while. They're there for a couple days, they go quickly, but
yeah, there's all kinds of people that need to get out from underneath the expense that is owning the whatever the thing is, you know. And so for somebody else to take it off their hands.
yeah, I think there are a lot of people that just they want, they don't want to go and trade in a motorcycle at the dealership because they're going to get nothing, but they don't want to have a bunch of endless people coming by their house to look at it, so they just price it aggressively so that they get 95% of what they could and have it go quickly.
Yeah, that was another thought. I kept coming back to what do I need it to do that it doesn't do when it comes to this motorcycle? And really the short answer is it's not great on long road trips. Well, okay, how many long road trips am I taking? I took one to the Redwoods with my brother and nephew. Maybe it was only last year, but I think it was maybe 2 years ago now. And my brother's got a BMW 1600 GT, which is a big cruiser, big road bike. It's got a 6-cylinder. And then my nephew's got a 900. And so, when we're on the freeway doing 80 to 85, this poor girl is, topped out in 6th gear, running at $6,000 for an hour. And, it's not horrible, but it's not happy at that RPM for long periods of time. And so an 800 or a 900 would have been a good, a good step up, but I really don't go on those trips that often.
Did you enjoy the trip?
I loved the trip.
Well, would you like to go on more trips?
No, not really.
You don't? Why? If you had another bike?
Because there's just so many okay, so if I had all right, and now you got me thinking. If I had enough money to not worry about it, I would. But there's I try to be self-sufficient, and so I carry enough gear with me to where well, I don't even know if that holds water. I don't know, man. It was okay, I guess. I enjoy the comfort of a vehicle, of a car, for longer trips, really more than a motorcycle. My ass gets tired. I get tired of holding the throttle. Now I know there's cruise control.
All that stuff is
remediable.
Yeah, I mean they have different seats that make a huge difference, right? For every bike. Is that the stock? Is that the OEM seat that you have on there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can buy so I'm looking at Super Tenoraries.
Yeah.
And I can find them anywhere from 20,000 miles to 40,000 miles that look like they're really well maintained. For I've seen them as low as $4,000.
Wow.
I see them at $5,000. So you could definitely step up your bike or sell yours, right?
Yeah.
Something else, or you could get a second bike, right? That was you'd have one that was maybe a lighter bike for commuting, one that's longer distance, but the question is whether you need two bikes or not. But,
right.
You can find some fantastic deals, particularly during the winter.
Yeah.
And not much of a upgrade. In terms of price from what you have today. Do you sell yours?
I could probably get 2,500 for mine.
An extra 2,500 is a lot different situation than 14,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
The question is whether you're going to have one bike. What is it? Is it something that's like an 800 would probably be a great everything that yours does now would do today better, right? It would go on the highway a lot better, a lot more comfortably. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I think that has close to 100 horsepower. You probably have what, 50 or 60 in that?
I honestly have no idea.
650?
Yeah.
That's probably 50 at most. Well, you're going to replace it with something that did better what we did today and better on the highway. It would be a middle weight adventure bike.
Yep, which is what that 800 DE is exactly.
Yeah, there haven't been a lot of those out that are down in the 4,000 or 5,000. So you got the Transalp, you got the was that Suzuki? What's the 800? Is that Suzuki or is that a?
That's a Suzuki.
You got the Yamaha,
The V-Strom 800 DE. You got the Tenere. Yeah, those are, you know, the Transalp was on the short list as well, and I just this last I guess 2 months now, July, when I went to the coast with my brother, we went on a camping trip, and we came upon a guy on a Transalp, and he was just like gushing about how amazing of a motorcycle it was, and how he actually had a V-Strom and was, you know, said,
800?
yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he had that, and he loved it, but he loved the Transalp more because he did more on-road stuff. And that's, you know, when you start cutting percentages in half of how much time spent on the road versus off-road or whatever, most of the reviews have mentioned that the Transalp is just incrementally, eensy-weensy bits better on the road as far as comfort. And so it's like, well, yeah. And Honda motors, you know, you just can't go wrong with a Honda motor.
I think any of those Japanese bikes you're gonna have good luck with. The other one that I've heard that is very reliable and still surprises me is the Triumph. I guess that's pretty close to Japanese quality in terms of reliability.
Is that the Tiger, the 900 Tiger?
Yeah. Those don't seem to hold their value. There's actually, sometimes you can find a Tiger 800, which would be in that class as well. There's not as many people that buy those. There's not as much inventory around of those. I occasionally see those for prices. I'm still looking at some of the KTMs. Because you can find that supposedly the 1190 is not
gonna give you too many problems.
I see all sorts of people that are taking them all the way to 100,000 miles.
Yeah.
Particularly in Europe. But looking at the 890, 990, and the 1090, like 2005, 2006s are kind of in that range too. I don't need, KTM, I think that's 150 horsepower. There's no, I think that would just be ridiculous for me to have that much horsepower. I think 100 horsepower would probably...
What does a GS 1200 have?
I think they're just under 100 horsepower, or right at 100 horsepower, and they're a lot heavier.
Oh yeah.
Like the 1190 is really light. It's got 150 horsepower. The other piece of this is I would like to. I think I can get one long trip out of Sarah on the back of it. If it's comfortable, I think she might enjoy it. So I want to get one that's big enough to for Pillion to be comfortable. And so like the Tenere 700 is probably not it.
No.
The 800 may not be it. That's why I was looking for at some of the bigger, like the Super Tenere.
You can always go with the new 1300 BMW GS's.
Yeah, I would.
It's a lot of bike though. I can't imagine trying to pick one of those up on a fucking trail. It's not like, I mean, there gets to be a point, in my opinion, I think, where the size of your adventure bike would make it not an adventure bike really, but more of a touring.
Us, yeah, for other people that know how to ride. I've seen adventure bikes, big adventure bikes on the DVR, people that knew how to use them, they wouldn't have any problem at all. And here I was on this dirt bike pretty much, you couldn't get up and fucking
Yeah. On a mini bike.
I think it comes down to the person. The bikes are ultimately very capable, but it takes someone with much different level of experience to be successful at those. You've seen those women, right? Those small little women that are riding different clinics that are like 5 foot driving a big old GS.
No, I haven't. Oh my god. Those are a little bit too hardcore of a personality for me.
They're actually, the way they come across on the videos, they look like great people. They're training women for the most part on the motorcycle. They kind of get it straight to what's possible, not the bike. It's a person. You could some bad haters, but
Yeah. Yeah, when I was thinking, well, you know, I'm leaving the 650 land and I'm going to 8, and I looked to 11. I looked at the 1190s, you know, I looked at 900s. I looked at a lot of different sizes, and it really kind of came down to what's going to be a useful motorcycle for a daily driver. What would I also want to pick up? I'm not too concerned about gas. You're breaking up just a little bit. Am I still not coming in too clear?
I can't hear you.
Yeah, same. Are you gone?
Mesh intercom on. Mesh intercom on. Open mesh. Channel 1.
Hear me?
I can now, yeah. Can you hear me?
I turned
Yeah,
mine
no.
off and turned it back on.
I did the exact same thing.
But when I asked if you could hear me, it was just a little while ago.
I
didn't
could
get
hear you a
response.
little bit, yeah, but it was breaking up. You're like a robot voice, you know, all artifacted. We just turning around.
This is a fun road. It drops us back into Carlton, but it goes through some farmland. It's really pretty.
I love it.
Okay.
I'm liking this, man. Like,
Oh, it's beautiful.
actually, I'm gonna snap a picture of this for my daughter here because she would enjoy seeing this. Nice little valley. Make a
I
nice.
wouldn't mind that out my kitchen window while I was doing dishes.
Yeah, like up in that big ass house there to the left, even more.
Yep.
I just need to find my phone. Yeah, that whole road surface coming down, man, that was nice. All little twisties.
I was surprised. I was still getting some water, in my face, but the road was dry. I usually go a lot faster on that. Not like, well, I can't believe that is a 55-mile-an-hour road. I mean, we're doing 40, 45, but 55 just seems ridiculously fast. Northwest Putty Gulch Road.
It's
That
the
name.
Putty Gulch.
Putty Gulch.
Yeah, it wouldn't be bad living down there. Critters coming all in your yard. You look out front, you got little rabbits and deer out there in your yard.
We have a rabbit in our backyard. We're trying to get it, trying to domesticate it. I'm sure it was a Easter bunny rabbit at some point. It just surprises me that it's got a life that it's figured out. We see him every night. We're usually a lot of times we'll have dinner in the backyard, and he'll just kind of bound up about 10, 15 feet away from us and look at us.
Oh, hey, what up, little
Call him
dude?
Gerald.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. You named your bunny. I'm ready.
We haven't gotten him to the point where he'll approach us yet. You ready? Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready. Old Gerald the bunny.
Put underneath the shifter when I stand up. There we go. I remember the first time I rode on gravel with the KLR. Just absolutely freaks me out. Every time I am disappointed with my progress riding a motorcycle, I go back to where I come from and how petrified I was.
Of how it felt moving underneath you?
I still find it funny that, sometimes it doesn't feel quite right, so I ride slower, and then other times I look down at the speedometer and everything feels completely dialed in, right? I'm going at 40, 45 miles an hour down a gravel road. I think it's just a matter of getting to that point where it's just second nature and comfortable, not having to think about it.
Well, it's definitely about inconsistencies. And if the surface is consistent in gravel, then yeah, you get used to it Or I mean, I do. I would imagine you probably get used to it pretty quick. It's when it's inconsistent in depth, and you've got, then just psychologically it gets in my brain like now I'm extra alert and I'm really watching, and then that's when I start second guessing.
I tried to, part of it I think is just putting miles on, right? So it's kind of the part of your muscle memory. Part of it will come natural, and another part of it will come a lot faster. If I could actually get some training to keep on thinking about going to a clinic, but look at the price. No, it's something I should do.
Yeah, it's kind of neat to have the bike just floating underneath you.
Yeah, I try to, right now, I try to practice just steering with my legs, my hips, rather than holding on to the bars, just tight enough to keep the throttle going. It works well until I get into a panic situation.
Yeah.
Like right now, if something jumped out in front of me,
Oh, it's over.
I'd like to be able to get to the point where I can do an emergency braking on gravel. I should probably just start practicing. Has your daughter ever ridden on the back of your motorcycle?
Just around the block. She thought it was a lot of fun. And many years ago, we got each of them an electric, like, super bike, which actually went pretty fast for what it was. And she really enjoyed that. But after that, she had no inclination to get on a bicycle at all. And so she never continued working on her balance. So I think at this point it's a little bit more daunting to be on one just to ride herself, and I think she'd rather be in control. But who knows?
Could she ride a bike?
That's a great question. And any of the times getting her a bike came up, she never really wanted anything to do with it. She could ride that little motorcycle, that little electric motorcycle, really well. She was all leaning, getting into turns, and I think she'd be fine with balance. She was just never into motorcycle or bicycles because, you know, mom would always take her anywhere she wanted to go. Whereas my son, he learned how to ride a bike and he crashed his fair number of times, all that, because he had a harder time convincing folks to give him a ride. So, yeah. I've asked her if she thought motorcycles were cool or if she'd like to have one, and she said yeah. That was a few years ago. So who knows? You know, she's only 16 still, so it's not like we're...
Does your ex-wife think about motorcycles?
I don't know that she's really got any concerns, you know. I've always been very safe when it comes to riding. Always full gear, you know, always... Where are we going here? Putty Gulch. always full gear, and I'm about to curse myself, but I have not been down on this bike. I haven't been down since I started riding again in 2012. The time I went down before that was just little stupid shit like taking a turn a little, going 5 miles an hour, and I've got my handlebars turned and I hit my front brakes and I just dumped the shit over. But I've never been down at speed, so.
Well, it's I was gonna say, curious where that road goes to the left.
I don't know, we can go check it out. It's only 4.
I said I'd be home by 5, so I probably need to start thinking about that soon. But let's try this.
I don't know. I think if my my daughter desensitized my ex to risky behavior a long time ago when she was talking about wanting to do skydiving and fly with a squirrel suit and all that sort of stuff. So I think my ex has gotten over the initial shock value and concern about that, and I think if Abrielle wanted to start riding like a 300 or something like that to school as her transportation, my mom, she'd be fine with it. Yeah. Did I lose you?
Oh, I'm for the reason this is a pretty cool road. I've never been down here before. There are unlimited number of just paths you can take through this country. Full cave.
Regarding my daughter and my ex-wife's thoughts about that, it's my daughter used to talk about skydiving and squirrel suits and all that, and I don't think she'd have a problem with her riding like a 250 or a 300 or something like that to school. My daughter's not up for that though. She wants a car. Oh, that's kind of a little ruddy.
Suspension handle that okay, or is it that aggravated?
It's just pretty jittery, that's all.
It's on this too.
I'm sure it's not gonna be any better.
I don't think I'm spitting. I'm trying not to spit gravel out at you. Have I ever spit anything out?
Oh, just once a while ago. But hasn't been bad at all. I'm trying to keep my distance a little bit between too close and eating dust, somewhere in that sweet spot. I appreciate the consideration though.
Well, luckily, this doesn't have enough power to really spin the back wheel. I guess I could if I completely got into it, but it really doesn't want to spin the back wheel. definitely some money out here.
Yeah. You pay to be further away from people.
You know, there would be some aspect of it that would be nice, but nice being 5-10 minutes away from the grocery store too.
Sure is.
I don't know that I really want to be planning much in advance. I guess we do a pretty good job, but be 30 or 40 minutes away from the grocery store.
Or an hour.
Wow.
Control invasive weeds. There's a guy that I play video games with from time to time who lives in Grand Rapids, and he wears full gear, but he's talked multiple times about some of his buddies.
Really want to take a left here.
Look it up.
You see something about someone in Grand Rapids?
Yeah, there's a guy I play games with from time to time who lives in Grand Rapids. And he's talked about people's reluctance to wear helmets there and how he thinks it's one of the dumbest things. I was telling him, yeah, man, I agree. Like, it doesn't take... Like, you can fall off a bicycle and wreck your skull. Get a concussion, fuck you up forever. Much less fall off a motorcycle. Oh, baby.
And the road rash.
Yeah.
I don't understand, even when they do wear helmets, just doing the decorative helmets, right? I don't know what they're called, half helmets or half.
Yeah, like the German fucking MG42 helmets. It's like, well, yeah, it's as much protest as it is anything, and it's like, well, okay, cool. And then, if anybody used to say anything or, have an opinion about it, certainly it's well, if I crash, I'm fucked anyway. I mean, it doesn't matter whether I wear a whole helmet or not. You know, it's like, well, it actually, okay, sure, all right, whatever, dude. I'm not gonna fight that mentality.
Seeing the guys screaming down 26 on a crotch rocket, right, with shorts and t-shirt, shorts and t-shirt. I was like, oh my lord, have you never fallen on a bicycle? You couldn't understand what road rash is? What do you think it's gonna be like on a motorcycle? Yeah, I get nervous riding a bike now after knowing how much protection I get with my super suit.
Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely crashed my share of times on BMX bikes and on mountain bikes. For sure. And it's no fun.
I was a little bit, I guess concerned's too strong a word. I was a little bit nervous about using a headset and talking because I don't know if I'd be able to keep my head in the game in terms of riding and talking at the same time. So,
Oh yeah? How's it working out for you?
yeah, I think I feel very comfortable.
Good.
I'm trying to be conscious about listening and conversing and not concentrating. I'm shocked at how well they work.
I was a little surprised that you hadn't used it before.
I haven't ridden with.
Yeah, but
that
that'd
one other group ride. We didn't use it then. But no, I've never ridden with anyone else before.
There's a couple different vendors that use the mesh network technology. And they are interoperable. But for, Senna's one of the most popular ones. So whenever my brother and nephew and I are riding, we're always just riding with open mesh, and then you'll come upon other groups of riders that'll come into range. So it's kind of neat.
Come up as well?
Yeah, because the channel 1 is what it defaults to, but there's like, I think 6 or 7 channels that you can select so that, maybe you don't want anybody to hear what you're saying, so you can, agree to move to channel 3 or 5 or whatever.
I didn't understand that's how it worked. I thought you opted into the channel and secure it somewhere.
No, it starts out on channel 1 once you start the mesh network. And then once it's operating, then you can change channels. But since 1 is the default, most people just leave it there until you'll run into groups of riders. You'll be just riding down the road, and all of a sudden you'll hear another person, then 2 more, and then 3 more people, and then it's like, oh, they're coming up, here they are. Hey everybody, hey, see you later, where you going? Oh, the weather's great, or there's a wreck, or it's raining, or it's just, hey, how's it going? So it's kind of cool. Watch out for deer. I definitely have not. Or wait, is this Bald Peak? No, never mind. That's way much further in Hillsboro.
It's a nice shop.
Oh, the jealous head, like, whoo, you know, I can make all kinds of shit in there. Wonder how many people have ate shit at these trees here up in front of us at the end of this long ass stretch. Straight up quarter mile, half mile drag strip there.
Go straight.
Very nice. Does your bike have a gas gauge or just a low fuel?
What was that?
Does your bike have a gas gauge?
No, just low.
Yeah.
If I was smarter, I would have gotten the kind of the white clear tape.
Right, that you. And I wondered for a long time. It's like, man, that just kind of looks ugly, but it's very useful.
I was too late. No, it's pretty. As long as I pay attention to the mileage. 2-gallon was pretty simple.
Yeah.
Sometimes that would be, if I was really on it, I've gotten as low as 45 miles per gallon around. But
That's really good.
So with three gallons, I know I'm going to get past 150, which it's not for any of those DDRs enough. I should still have another gallon at that point. We went just 90 miles, I think.
Today?
Well, 90 miles since we met. Another 30
Oh,
miles
you...
or something to get out there, so I'm at 160. Afterwards, after I forgot to reset my tank, and I looked afterwards, and I figured it was about 70 when I...
Well, it's entirely possible that I did something to my odometer.
What does your odometer say?
Oh, never mind. I'm looking at the clock. Are we good? No. $112. So it's about the same.
12 from home or 112 from Yamhill?
I'm pretty sure I reset this guy when I was at the gas station here before.
Yeah. Maybe that might be right. My odometer is off. $12 sounds better.
113.1 right now. Full round trip. Hey, Shell.
I'm going to take a ride at Gaston.
That's what you're doing?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm with you till Gaston then. I stay on 47 all the way up to the other side of Hag Lake. Have you ever had that Garmin drop out of signal?
Garmin drop off the signal?
Yeah.
No.
Very
No,
reliable.
Yeah. It's the one thing that they do well is GPS.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a Garmin watch that I use for hiking. I can't believe how accurate that is. I finally got it figured out. A lot of trail in, and if I end up taking a wrong section on a trail, it'll tell me 10 minutes or 10 feet, and I'm off the trail.
Wow.
Maybe not, maybe like 20 feet, but it's pretty quick. And that's just from a little watch. Now their user interface will suck.
Yeah.
Most frustrating thing ever. But we just got so spoiled with Google and Apple and everything else, and apps, and how they're presented. It just doesn't come close to being there.
Well, they definitely have had enough time to copy the other ones. You know, maybe next gen they're gonna come out and say, "Hey, everybody, look at all this! Look at this big update to our user interface."
That's what the problem is. When they have they've grown through acquisitions of different companies, and they're trying to make everything work and fuse everything together. And I think they have too much technical debt.
Yeah.
They haven't done a ground up redesign of their UI, their software. Sometimes it makes 2 or 3 applications, Garmin applications, transfer maps and get from one thing to another, which should be a button click.
Yeah.
Just went on a group ride on this a couple months ago, and I swore I would never ride this for that long on the road again. It's absolutely delightful.
Yeah, I was noticing the weights on your spokes there. You put those on there yourself?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people that say it's not required for a full sport mountain tire. Absolute bullshit. I mean, there was so much, almost felt like the wheel was going to start hopping at certain speeds.
How?
I feel it at like up to 35, 40. I can still feel it wanting to vibrate and pop and stuff, but it was almost, it was starting to get frightening at about 60, 65. And
That's no good.
not that I spend much time at 65, but
Well, you'll spend even less if it's scary, so yeah.
exactly.
How hard was it? What was the process?
It's just they have the axle that they give you, and you just put it on there and let the wheel rotate until it stops. Put weight on the opposite side of it. Just keep on trying to get the right weight until it's evened out. And once it stops, finding the spots to settle into, you've done as good of a job as you can.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Advice, but
Yeah, I was.
it was only $44. I didn't really care about the money. I didn't want to get the space in the garage to store it. That's what I was really kind of upset about buying it. But I go through enough tires that like I'm changing the tire at least once a year, not twice a year.
Yeah, that's going through tires comparative to this guy. I mean, it's not unusual for me to need to replace my tires due to age rather than wear.
I was thinking about that on the way over here. I've never used tires getting loose with my mountain bike. I said, oh, I got the tires on there. You want to make sure I've never been to the neighborhood. They gave me well done, but
Yeah, it might be worth looking at the dot number on it and just make sure they're. I don't know if you're when you're going around corners, if you don't feel like you're just grinding off rubber like an eraser, then you're probably fine.
I think it's one thing if you're on a rock shop that night doing faster speeds, higher or highway speeds.
Nice Porsche, man. The truck smells amazing.
I guess I didn't notice it much on this ride, but especially in the spring riding around, the smells, it's amazing. It's one of the best things about riding a motorcycle. It's just the sense of everything.
The big ass fields of clover, yeah.
I keep on trying to tell Sarah, it's just, there's something about having the 306, close to 300 full peripheral view with no obstructions. Makes traveling by motorcycle so much more enjoyable than by a car where you have to cruise.
Well, that was a very eventful, uneventful trip, huh?
Yeah.
Those are the kinds I like.
No drama.
Is that the undercover sheriff right there?
Where was he?
He's just pulling into the post office, I think. What were you saying about drama?
Yeah, no drama.
Oh yeah, like it that way.
Yeah. Yes. Knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood.
All right. Well. It was good. Day, man.